So our theme for this month has been inspired by a statement that the great master teacher, one of the great teachers, mystics, Jesus made more than 2,000 years ago. I have come so that ye might have life and have it more abundantly. So what does it mean to live an abundant life? Last week, if you remember, if you were here, I asked what abundance meant to each one of you, and we got a couple of responses. Love, prosperity, freedom, plenty, and so much more. So, what are all of those things saying to us? The abundant life is the life in which we allow the goodness, the fullness, the richness, the limitlessness of God to flow through us, the divine energy to flow through us. And Ernest Holmes said, God is more fully expressed by the person who lives largely than the person who lives meagerly. So that expansiveness again, in consciousness. How are we thinking? This talk this morning is really a self-exploration. So pay attention, and maybe there's some growth or some insight that you can get from this talk today, because I should. So our exploration for this month and today, we're going to look at life with the perspective, or in the perspective of saying yes. So we're going to say yes to life, okay?
Amen.
Let me hear another amen.
Amen.
All right. So at the end of their first date, a young couple arrives at her home. With bravery and courage, the young man decides to try for that all-important first kiss. So he leans his hand up on the door jamb and leans in and whispers, I really had a great time tonight. May I kiss you? Horrified, she replied, are you mad? Somebody will see us. Oh, come on, who's going to see us? No one will see us. No, please, please, absolutely not. And the young man, very insistent, come on, no one's watching. They're all asleep. They're all asleep. His hands still. Too risky, she said. Absolutely not. So he goes on with this, please, please, please. And all of a sudden, the door flies open, and the porch light goes on, and the young sister, who just awoke from sleep, her hair all a mess, and in a very sleepy voice said, please just say yes and kiss him, or I can kiss him, or if need be, Dad will come down himself and kiss him. But please, please, for crying out loud, somebody tell him to get his hand off the doorknob, off the doorbell. Just say yes to life. Just say yes. So just saying yes. 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 Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes to life. Yes to all the good that's there, because so many times we don't say yes, and we do it in subtle ways as well as obvious ways. So what does it really, really mean? What does it mean to live a practical life in saying yes? It's been said that there are only two emotions, only two forces that drive us, propel us, motivate us, and move us. And they are
Love and fear.
And fear. Love and fear, right. It will always go back to those two forces. When we are being driven, propelled, motivated, moved by fear, we are in the essence saying no to life. We're saying no. We push away what we really want by those emotions. And sometimes it's challenging to align ourselves with the free flow of good that is always present. It is always present. And in the words of Ernest Holmes, he writes, fear destroys the possibility of a greater degree of livingness to those who suffer from it. So are we suffering from fear a lot, or are we aligning with love? When we are driven, propelled, motivated, and moved by love, That's when we are saying yes to life. We're saying yes. Feels good. Holmes also writes, love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. Love is the sole impulse for creation. He also wrote, love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. Now, I acknowledge that we are living in challenging times. Lots of stuff is going on. The world around us can seem pretty frightening, pretty scary. And it might sound trivial or unrealistic to be talking about living from love when all the stuff is going on. So much is going on that looks like fear all around us. There's so much discord, government shutdown, losing jobs, illnesses, all kinds of stuff goes on in life. But this is when love is most needed. This is when it is up to each of us to love ourselves and then to allow that love to overflow so that we can be the healing balm on this planet. That's what we're being called upon to do right now in our experiences, in our lives, to truly bless those who need it. Those who need it, as well as ourselves. There's a lot of people in pain. So we love ourselves and we love others. And I'm going to give you a list of differences, and I'm going to read these differences, but I don't want you to go into self-judgment. It's a personal assessment. So just see where each one of us, within our own consciousness, where we lie. Either on the side of love or on the side of fear. Love believes that success is possible. Fear needs proof that failure can be avoided. Love reaches forward. Fear holds on to the past. Love relishes in even the smallest victory. Fear judges the smallest failure. Love looks for the best. Fear assumes the worst. Love values the return on an investment. Fear counts the cost of everything. Love explores the path ahead, and fear analyzes the road just taken. Love celebrates diversity. Fear condemns that which is different or unfamiliar. Love rejoices in another's success, and fear breeds jealousy. So just see where you lie in those different areas. Are you on the side of love, mostly, or on the side of fear, mostly? So again, this is for self-assessment, so that we really can explore what we are feeling and thinking, so that we can, I don't even want to say improve, it's more of coming into what we truly are, the love that is within us, because there really is a loving force within us. There really is. So whether we say yes or no to life is dependent upon our BS, our belief system. So it's all about that BS stuff that we live in life with. Our personal belief systems are like software programs in a computer. When you use a particular software program, say Excel, a spreadsheet program, which I don't know how to use, you don't expect it to operate like Photoshop or a graphic program. They're different. They do different things. They do different things. So the same principle applies to you and your internal programming. What are you plugging in? If we want to have the peace, the flow, the power, the love, the joy, the serenity, the plenty that is abundance, then we need a belief system that supports what input we are using, because that determines the output in our lives, our experiences, all of the effects that take place in our lives. Here's another opportunity for self-assessment. The person living from a fear-based belief system believes that, do you believe this? The world is unsafe. People and events can take away my good. My security and safety are in someone else's hands. I can't trust life. I can't trust others. I can't trust myself. If someone disagrees with me, I could lose something. I'm not good enough, worthy enough, etc. You put that in. The person living from love believes that I am created in love and that love supports me. Love supports me. And love is God, it's spirit, it's whatever you call that infinite source of creation. All I need is provided. These are all great affirmations. The universe is safe. I am safe in the substance of God's good. I am safe. I am supported and protected no matter what is going on. That's a good one. I am supported and protected no matter what is going on. My good cannot be separated from me. I trust the goodness of life. I am secure. I deserve an abundant life. Right? I deserve an abundant life. If we want to have love point the way, as Holmes talks about, love points the way in our lives, we must have a belief system that supports that perception. So what are you perceiving? This is where choice comes into play. We don't have to be stuck. We don't have to be stuck. This is when, I think of my 2-year-old twins, they always say, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. It's a word they use it too. I don't say that many words, but they already have stuck. That means they can't move forward. They can't go backward, they can't move forward. Stuck. So if we're stuck, I invite you to explore your BS system. See what beliefs you're holding. There are activities that you engage in, all your activities. If you're engaging in them, are they love-based? Are they love-based or are they fear-based? How are you being influenced? What is inspiring you or not? Who or what is having the most effect, the most influence on you? Is the TV? Got a few negative friends? Maybe some family members? The news? Collective unconsciousness? All of that. Probably it does affect us. Unless we've already moved into, and you wouldn't be sitting here, an awareness that there is a possibility of living life differently by being with like-minded people, like us. Like-minded people who realize we have a choice to choose good. And so it's time, as Holmes would say, to be in the world but not of it. To be that positive force for good, for yourself and for others. When you are living in love, who or what is impacting your belief system most of the time? Do you have a strong, this is really, I think, key, a strong spiritual practice? Meditation. Spiritual experiences like being one with nature. Nature is all God. Sunday services, classes, these are all uplifting, these are all choices to inspire us. Reading positive books. The time spent in affirmation, in prayer. Are we affirming what we want or are we affirming what we don't want? The lack of it. And I've heard it said very often that through impact and repetition, in fact we're learning that in our, we're addressing it in our practitioner class, the repetition, developing new habits, new ways of showing up on this planet, developing new habits. That's what we all can do. Think of something you desire, not the lack of it, and just practice as if it were already present. Repetition. If you want to let love point the way, then choose over and over again what belief that you're going to carry with you. What belief you're going to let occupy the space that is the energy of you. So fill your life with love and acceptance, and your world cannot help but point the way to greater love and greater acceptance. I have music going with my talk. That's very cool. It's on on his own time. No time in God. So I do want to conclude this talk with a poem. So this is about a woman who was saying no to life. And the little boy, from a place of pure love, taught her to say yes. And so this is entitled The Flower. So you can just take this in. Disillusioned by life, with good reason to frown, for the world was intent on dragging me down. And if that weren't enough to ruin my day, a young boy out of breath approached me all tired from play. He stood right before me with his head tilted down and said with great excitement, "Look what I found." In his hand was a flower, what a pitiful sight, for its petals all worn, not enough rain or too much light. Wanting him to take his dead flower and go off to play, I faked a small smile and then drifted away. But instead of retreating, he sat next to my side and placed the flower to his nose and declared with surprise, "It sure smells pretty. It's beautiful too. That's why I picked it. Here, it's for you." The weed before me was dying or dead, not vibrant of colors, orange, yellow, or red. But I knew I must take it, or he might never leave. So I reached for the flower and replied, "Just what I need." But instead of him placing the flower in my hand, he held it midair without reason or plan. It was then that I noticed, for the very first time, that weed-toting boy could not see he was blind. I heard my voice quiver, tears shone like the sun, as I thanked him for picking the very best one. "You're welcome," he smiled and ran off to play. I sat there and wondered how he managed to see a fearful, sad woman beneath that old tree. How did he know of my self-indulged plight? Perhaps from his heart he'd been blessed with true sight. Through the eyes of a blind child, at last I could see. The problem was not with the world, the problem was with me. And for all of those times I myself had been blind, I vowed to see the beauty of life and appreciate the wonder of love that is mine. And then I held that wilted flower up to my nose and breathed in the fragrance of a most beautiful rose, and smiled as I watched the young boy, another weed in his hand, about to change the life of an unsuspecting old man. And so, saying yes to life, saying yes to love, is really saying yes to God, yes to the creative force, yes to all that life offers. Because I am telling you that it offers so much, but we're blind, we're blind. Our heart might be closed down, so it's time for healing. It's time to express the abundance, the truth of our being. And so this morning, I want you to say after me, I say yes to life.
I say yes to life.
Because today I choose love.
Because today I choose love.
I see love, I reveal love, I am love.
I see love, I reveal love, I am love.
My life is filled with abundance.
My life is filled with abundance.
And I live the life I love.
And I live the life I love.
And so it is.
And so it is.